In February 2023, the world bore witness to a catastrophe of unimaginable proportions. A devastating earthquake of 7.8 magnitude shook the lands of Turkey and Syria, claiming the lives of over 40,000 individuals. The immediate aftermath was a scene of chaos and despair, with thousands missing under the rubble and debris of collapsed buildings. Rescue teams worked around the clock, combing through the wreckage in search of survivors. Each life saved was a glimmer of hope amidst the grim reality. Among the survivors was an 8-year-old boy trapped for 52 grueling hours before being pulled out alive. A pregnant woman too was rescued, only to give birth and tragically pass away shortly after. The disaster's impact was widespread, affecting 10 provinces. The destruction was colossal, with at least 6,000 buildings reduced to rubble. The fate of many, including Ghanaian soccer star Christian Atsu, remained uncertain as conflicting reports surfaced about his survival. Turkey's president, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, referred to it as the disaster of the century, and for good reason. The sheer magnitude and devastation of this earthquake will forever be etched in the annals of history. Behind the staggering statistics were individual stories of pain, loss, and resilience. As the tremors subsided, the true scale of the devastation began to emerge. Individual stories, each heartbreaking in their own way, painted a picture of the human toll that went beyond the overwhelming numbers. Among the survivors was an 8-year-old boy. He spent 52 agonizing hours trapped under the rubble before rescuers managed to pull him to safety. His story, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, was a glimmer of hope amid the widespread despair. However, not all stories had a happy ending. In one particularly poignant case, a pregnant woman was also rescued from the ruins. In the midst of chaos and destruction, she gave birth, a symbol of new life amidst so much death. Tragically, she did not survive, leaving behind a newborn amidst the ruins of the disaster. Then there was the story of Christian Atsu, the celebrated Ghanaian soccer star. At the peak of his career, Atsu was in Turkey when the earthquake struck. After scoring a winning goal, he was buried under the rubble. The fate of the beloved athlete remains uncertain, adding to the collective sense of grief and anxiety. Each of these stories underscores the incalculable human cost of the disaster. They remind us that behind each statistic, there's a human being with a story, a family, dreams, and aspirations. They highlight the deep-seated resilience of the human spirit in the face of adversity, the will to survive, and the capacity to hope even when all seems lost. In face of such adversity, the human spirit fought back, clinging to life and hope. But as the dust settled, a controversy began to unravel, pointing fingers at a policy that may have exacerbated the disaster. In the aftermath of the destruction, videos from 2019 resurfaced, revealing a chilling boast from Turkey's president, Recep Tayyip Erdogan. The president could be seen proudly declaring that he had granted amnesty to buildings that did not meet the required earthquake construction codes. This policy, known as the zoning peace, provided retroactive permits to structures built without planning permission or not in accordance with code. In essence, it legalized buildings that would have otherwise been deemed unsafe, potentially putting thousands of lives at risk. Erdogan claimed this policy had solved the problems of hundreds of thousands of citizens. However, the cities of Kahramanmaraş, Hatay, and Malatya, where the policy was implemented, were all severely affected by the earthquake. The extent of the policy's impact on the disaster is still unclear. Estimates vary on how many buildings in the earthquake zone were beneficiaries of the policy, some suggesting figures as high as 290,000. It's hard to ignore the possibility that the buildings granted amnesty may have been among those that crumbled to the ground, trapping and claiming the lives of thousands. In the aftermath of the tragedy, opposition leader Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu was quick to blame Erdogan for the disaster, citing the amnesty policy as a contributing factor. His accusations added fuel to the controversy, bringing the issue to the forefront of public debate. With the death toll surpassing 33,000, the question remained, could this disaster have been lessened? Amidst the ruins, a beacon of hope emerged in the form of Syria's White Helmets. This band of volunteers, renowned for their heroic rescue operations in war-torn areas, leapt into action in the aftermath of the devastating earthquake. Striving tirelessly, they clawed through the rubble, their singular goal to save as many lives as possible. The White Helmets' experience in navigating the aftermath of bombings and airstrikes was a bitter advantage in this new disaster. Their knowledge of collapsed structures, their familiarity with the grim task of searching for signs of life amidst the wreckage, all came into play. Yet even for these seasoned rescuers, the scale of the disaster posed challenges unlike anything they had faced before. But the obstacles were not merely physical. The White Helmets faced the harsh reality of a slow response in aid delivery to their region. Years of conflict and neglect had left the infrastructure frail, hindering the efficient delivery of much-needed assistance. They voiced their frustrations, their pleas echoing through international media, highlighting the dire need for support in the face of an unprecedented crisis. Despite these challenges, the White Helmets persevered, their dedication unyielding. Each life saved, each person pulled from the ruins, a testament to their unwavering commitment. Their actions, their determination, drew recognition and praise, even as they faced criticism and accusations from detractors. The White Helmets, a symbol of resilience and dedication, remind us that even in the darkest of times, humanity shines through. The 2023 earthquake in Turkey and Syria was a horrific testament to the power of nature. This disaster, leaving over 40,000 lives lost and causing widespread devastation, brought to light the human cost of inadequate construction standards. It also highlighted the controversial amnesty policy that allowed deficient buildings to stand. In the midst of this tragedy, the heroic efforts of the White Helmets emerged, a beacon of hope amidst the rubble. As we reflect on this calamity, we are reminded of the importance of adequate preparation, the power of resilience, and the indomitable spirit of humanity in the face of adversity.